Love It or Lose It, the high-stakes makeover show with a surprising twist. It's a bit like Russian roulette. Our homeowners have no idea which designer will be selected and no say in what happens to their room. In the end, we give them the ultimate choice: love it and keep their new room, or lose it, forcing our designer to tear down their masterpiece. Let's meet today's homeowners. Today we're in the home of Anna and John Ciraldi, an early 20th century warehouse converted to a large New York-style loft space.
We love modern, classy. As far as I'm concerned, we could get rid of everything in here.
We're going to introduce the Ciraldis to this week's 3 remarkable designers. Designer India, David Dupre, Designer Modern, Len Laycock, and Designer Gothic, Luann Litke. The design will be incredible, but remember, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Would you risk it all for a chance at a free makeover? Stay with us to find out if Anna and John are going to love it or lose it. Hey, how are you guys?
So nice to
Good to see you.
Welcome.
Wow. Wow.
You like it?
Yeah. This is the room that John and Anna are offering, or should I say risking, for their makeover. It looks fantastic. I don't get it. What's wrong?
Well, you know, we love the structure. I mean, what's not to love? You know, you've got the brick and the wood floors and the great big windows.
Love the shop.
But, well, as you can see, it's a real mishmash of decor in here, if you can even call it decor.
It's my furniture from college days, and I've had it for a long time, and for me it's very comforting, motivating.
And for me, it's just ugly. It doesn't say anything about me and about us, and I just think it's time for us to take it up a notch. Like, when we saw the space, we really wanted it to be modern.
Well, you have a great space and some pretty strong opinions as to what you like. So are you ready to meet our all-star team of designers?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Okay, let's go. All right, John and Anna. One of the 3 fabulous designers we're about to show you is going to give you a living room beyond your wildest dreams. These are some of the best in the business and some of the most dynamic in style. Are you ready to meet them?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's meet this week's designers.
Imagine your room crammed full of overstuffed, upholstered furniture. Classic, Gothic, Elizabethan, Moorish, on and on and on and on. I'm not just creating a room, I'm creating an experience. I have this little secret. The Victorian era was the period when Queen Victoria was on the throne. Sorry, every time I say on the throne, it just... Her Royal Majesty Luann Litke has arrived.
All right, Anna, you were a history major. We could go period on this.
Well, okay, yes, I was a history major, but there's a reason history is called history. It's in the past.
I thought you were a romantic kind of couple.
It's just not what we have, our idea for that room at all.
Okay, so it's not your cup of tea. That's okay. Let's check out our next designer.
Okay.
I am Len Laycock. I am the modern man. When you get me, you get my fusion of furniture, fabric, art, and architecture. If modern design were music, it would have to be jazz. Hot colors, cool spaces. Can you feel the rhythm of my beat? Imagine everything white, every wall, door, ceiling, floor, white. It's the explosion of every color in the spectrum. Modern is the art of the mix. Bold in your face. Expect the unexpected. Expect to be astonished.
Wow.
Wow.
Whoa,
Yeah.
Something tells me that Len is up your alley.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what we're looking for.
I think it would be a really, really awesome looking place.
I mean, that's exactly what we're talking about. That's what we want.
Okay, we have one more designer, and you never know. I think this one might pique your interest. Let's have a look.
Okay.
I am David Dupre, the master, the Maharaja, the prince of Indian design. I'm gonna turn your world upside down. Turn back the hands of time. Bright oranges, sapphire blues, emerald greens, elaborate flower motif. Red, pink, everywhere. Every window, curved, arched, or pointed. Every single window. Massive candelabras. delicious. When you walk into the room, bam, 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 knocks you out. It's a blast to the brain.
I don't know what that guy's been smoking, but...
Oh, Tamara, listen.
You've got a great space.
Out of control.
You wanted to make a bold statement.
No, that is just so over the top.
It could be fun.
No.
No,
you know
it's
what?
just too temple-ish for us.
Yeah, no.
I don't know.
I mean, I would feel like John would need a harem or something, you know, to fit into that.
That reminds me of the weird guy in college coming, you know, who knows.
We like Len.
All right, John and Anna, this is the moment you've been waiting for. One of these three designers is about to transform your world, but you guys know that the choice isn't yours. We'll whisk you away to a deluxe hotel for 3 days while our designer makes over your room the way that they see fit. When you come back, if you love it, it's yours to keep. No questions asked, it's on the house. If you don't love it, you can tell us to lose it. And we'll take down all the magnificent things that our designer did and leave you with nothing but an empty space to start from scratch. Are you feeling lucky?
You know, actually, I'm not feeling very lucky right now.
Here we go. You didn't think we were going to tell you, did you? Go get your stuff. Our limo's waiting for you outside to take you to the hotel. Well, our homeowners might be off for 3 days to sweat it out, but you stay right where you are. When we come back, we'll find out which designer John and Anna will get and what their love it or lose it chances are going to be. Welcome back to Love It or Lose It, where our urban-loving homeowners, John and Anna, have their fingers crossed for a modern Manhattan masterpiece.
So it needs to sort of come together in, I feel, in more of a modern way because I just want to get rid of all of his stuff.
We introduce them to our designer India, David Dupre, designer modern, Len Laycock, and designer gothic, Luann Litke. They had some pretty strong reactions, but our designer will remain a mystery to them until the end of the show. Who said life was fair? Today's designer, David Dupre. I know John and Anna didn't quite know what to make of David, but sometimes opposites attract, and I think Bohemian could be a pretty cool way to go with their room. Fortunately, we have the right man for the job. Right, David?
You are absolutely right.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
It looks like you've been very busy.
I've been really busy, and I've got a heck of a game plan. Are you ready to go to India?
I think we should talk about it because you know that John and Anna feared you the most. They like modern.
Yeah, I know, I heard that. And you know, there's nothing wrong with modern. And there's nothing wrong with every kind of design. But for me, personally, India rocks.
Okay.
India includes color. India includes shape. India includes interesting pieces of furniture. We're gonna fill this space with stuff. We're gonna put giant arches in.
They don't like clutter.
No one's talking about clutter. We're talking about making elements that create balance and create shape. We're gonna be putting things onto this wall, fabric. We're gonna be putting elements up onto this wall, arches, big pieces of wood, mantle pieces that are gonna accent what's here, the brick.
This is John's from college, and it's kind of modern.
Yeah, it's modern junk is what it is. It's
Okay,
crap.
well, have
it's
a seat
all
and we'll
gotta
talk
go.
about it.
I'm not gonna sit on this dumpster dive, flea-infested seat. No, all of this is gonna go, let's get out of here.
David decided that there were no sacred cows amongst Anna and John's belongings and ordered everything banished. While the movers did their thing, David took me to one of his secret sources for authentic Indian treasures. David, something tells me that this isn't your average fabric store.
No, this isn't a fabric store at all. This is a sari store. Saris are something that is a piece of clothing that women in India wear. It's a dress. It's elaborately wrapped. You do it in a lot of different kinds of ways, lots of different styles. This is a dress, and the killer thing about this is it's the perfect length. We've got about 6 yards of fabric here, and we can make anything out of it. And we're gonna be making curtain panels.
John and Anna, scared of bold colors, David?
Scared. There's no need to be scared. These elements of design are all gonna work. It's gonna look fantastic.
Okay, load me up. What are we taking? With the car now loaded with saris, we're off to find exotic Indian furnishings and antiques.
This is going in the loft. This is an Indian arch that's from the front entranceway of a Haveli, which is an Indian palace. This is an Indian palanquin. It's used to carry the bride on her wedding day.
Small bride? Where does she fit?
Well, Silly Tamara. What it actually is supposed to have is a whole other side to it. I chopped it in half and made it into a bar.
Wow, I like these. Look at the color. Can we bring some of these back?
We can bring a ton of these back. Check it out. 100, 150 years ago, this was all the rage of style of doors in India. We take the same style, reproduce it, and make it into something new and functional.
Like?
Ba-ba.
An entertainment center.
Exactly. Well, let's get back to the loft and finish building this room.
Sounds good.
Let's go all the way back. Let's get a look at what we got.
Wow, this is tons.
Look at that brocade on the bottom. All right, that is perfect. That's the bottom of our curtain right there.
Jean has her work cut out for her while David and I move to the construction area out back.
What I've done here is I've created an amazing Indian arch shape that we're gonna take out and use as a frame for the windows upstairs. We're getting away from the boring rectangle and creating lines, dimension, points.
David's team slaved through the afternoon and into the evening on his faux arches, but I felt he was using them to cover up more than just the existing windows. It just seems like you're a bit of a chicken because you didn't commit to painting their wall. You created your own wall to paint.
No chicken, all right? Look, we created a facade. We had to do depth onto the facade. We're gonna be hanging fabric back here. There's reason and function for it. Now, you're right. I didn't paint the wall. I didn't paint the hardwood. If they decide to lose it, then it is gonna go back to exactly the way it was before.
So you are scared that they're gonna lose it?
I am not scared that they're gonna lose it. I am 100% on top of this. It's gonna be fantastic.
While David orchestrates his Indian symphony, I decided to jazz up John and Anna's weekend away.
These salads, great.
Yeah, they look wonderful. So what are you gonna order for dinner?
I think the braised chicken.
Ooh.
Wow.
Thanks. What is it? Is it from you?
No. Hello?
No.
Tamara.
Tamara, let me talk to her. Just let me talk to her. I want to know what's going on.
Tamara, I have a question
Opening it.
for you. Hello?
Okay, this is funky or very bohemian. Now I'm getting scared.
David's Bohemian Rhapsody hits a sour note when we return.
We gotta repaint this whole section now. Look at that.
John and Anna asked us to make over their downtown loft and agreed to play Russian roulette with our 3 outrageous designers. They clearly preferred our modern designer, but after we banished them to a deluxe hotel, we secretly revealed this week's designer, David Dupre. David has an Indian fantasy in mind, and only time will tell if our homeowners will love it or lose it. I came to check in on you guys.
Yeah, well,
how's it going?
It's going along great.
So, Dave, this is where their eating area was. Is that what it's still going to be?
Yeah, we're gonna put a large, 7-foot-long dining table here. It's gonna be raised up to give it a real special celebration kind of feeling to it.
So it's like on a stage.
When guests come to your house in India, they're treated like gods. So we're putting that on a stage. We're giving them the stature that they deserve.
That is grand.
These are Indian block prints. They're made out of wood, and they're used for creating repetitive shapes on fabric, or in our case, dipping in paint and putting, boom, onto the wall.
Love it.
So we're taking a shape. In this case, I've drawn out a flower that I think is really cool, and then what we do is we trace that onto a piece of foam, because
that will be your stamp.
So we do that, we get the great pattern onto the foam, we take our knife, bada boom, we cut it out, vada boom, voila.
With only 24 hours left, it looked like David was starting to crack the whip. But just as everyone settled into the long day ahead, David called lunch.
We have Indian lunch. Oh, yeah. This is a traditional way that Indians eat their lunchtime meal. Grab the whole thing from the bottom, and then take them off one at a time.
After a filling meal of Indian delicacies, David and his team slow to a crawl. The room looks far from an Indian fantasy by the time our final day rolls around. So these are the block prints that we were doing.
Yep.
And now, what are you doing?
Well, now we just have to fix this up because the wood's a little bit uneven. The block prints are just made out of styrofoam like they showed you yesterday. So we just kind of keep going around, and if we have to touch up little areas, just come back in with a brush later.
Oh my gosh, that's detailed.
Yeah, it's got to look good.
I've stolen David away from all the craziness inside to come out here and smell the roses.
Smell the roses and to create beautiful rose lights. We are going to take some regular roses you can buy in the store anywhere. And what we want to do is we want to get these when they're a little older, when they're starting to open up, like this one right here. Yeah. And then what we're going to do is we're going to reach into the middle and pull out flowers.
Petals?
Petals, thank you. Right from the middle.
It's hard to do. There we go.
Grab it right from the bottom. Get a good pull. Now, what happens in India is this is called puja. It happens in Varanasi on the holy river Ganges, and people light candles and send them out as offerings onto the water. Now, what we're going to do is, now that the little hole you've created, we're going to stick a candle right on the inside.
Okay.
Very important that we get tea candles with a metal on them so that it doesn't light your flower on fire.
Ah.
Light it up.
Yes.
And float it on the river Ganges.
Beautiful.
Look at that.
And easy. David leaves me to tear apart roses while he proceeds to tear apart something else.
Looks like you got some dirty fingerprints in the
but who had the dirty fingerprints? It wasn't me. I mean, who's dumb enough to do something like that?
It just might have been me.
We got to repaint this whole section now. Look at that. Yeah, but it's going to take off the paint once you start rubbing too hard. Look at that. Rub too hard then.
The sorry drapes are obviously too much for the massive windows, but Jean has a simple solution to break them up.
You start from here, and then you work into an upside-down V. So you work from here, from the bottom, and then you just keep gathering and gathering, gathering to the top.
David has to pull it all together and fast. What seems like miles of Dupioni silk is hung to cover up an endless sea of red brick. A truckload of furniture and fixtures arrive, most of which need assembling. And David has one final confrontation with our camera crew.
I've got an hour and a half, so can I please get this done? You really think you can? I'm dead serious. I'm 100% serious with this. I don't need you to stop me anymore. I gotta get this done in an hour and a half, so please don't stop me, okay?
It's been 3 days of exhausting work for David and his team, and it may all be for naught. Stay tuned to see if our modern-loving homeowners are going to love it or lose it. Come on up. Welcome back to Love It or Lose It, just in time for this roller coaster ride to end. Now, I don't know who had it worse, John and Anna for not knowing what was happening to their room, or David not knowing whether he'd finish in time. Luckily, he did, with a little help from yours truly. Let's take a peek. John and Anna's large but plain downtown loft has become a lavish Indian retreat. David has transformed the ordinary into the extraordinary, but it remains to be seen if our homeowners will agree. David chose to subtract large areas of exposed brick by hanging generous Dupioni silk drapes. To define a stunning dining room, he constructed a small stage that has been faux finished and then hand and block painted with Indian motifs. A dark, heavy armoire will become John and Anna's entertainment unit, and their living room is an authentic, low-to-the-floor sitting area surrounding a spectacular coffee table made from an antique Indian temple door. I'm not very often speechless, David. It's beautiful.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. We all worked really hard, and I'm really, really happy with how it turned out.
I can't believe you did this in 3 days.
I can't believe we did this in 3 days. Usually this takes weeks, and then, you know, boom, we just did it.
It doesn't even look like the same room. No. What's your favorite part?
My favorite part, absolutely 100%, is this door. This old door, coffee table. It's 150 years old, and it creates a conversation piece. It creates the right colors and the right flow for this entire room, this entire little sitting space. I just love it.
It's good. Yeah. I love it. You love it.
I love it. I totally love it.
I don't count.
I know.
You don't count.
I know. I know.
It's John and Anna that we have to convince, or you have to convince. So
yeah, I think they're gonna absolutely love it.
Well, let's find out. All right. This is the moment you've been waiting for. Sorry, John. There we go. This is it. John, this is it. Take off your blindfold. Come on in. Stand right here. You get a full view of your colorful, beautiful loft. What do you think?
It's a trip to India.
Yeah.
Very good. Exactly.
A little different than what we expected.
Very different.
This is David Dupre.
Hi, David. Well done.
Oh, thank you.
Very, very nice.
Thank you very much.
We had such a different concept, and this is definitely
I feel like we've been transported to India.
quite a bit different.
Not New York City.
Than what we expected.
John and Anna, we have to make a decision.
It just isn't really what we wanted. I mean, I feel terrible telling you this, but it just isn't what we wanted.
I'm waiting to hear the words.
We have to lose it.
You heard the lady. Go get your crew. You need to clear the room out. John and Anna, there's the keys to your stuff, which is all out back. I'm sorry it didn't work out for John and Anna or David. I guess the beauty of India was a little too much for the eyes of our modern beholders. We'll see you next time, though, on Love It or Lose It.
I just can't believe this. These colors worked. You know, they just weren't ready for it. Well, their loss. Their loss.
I think the couch looks pretty good in there.